Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls.
Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
Hello again. I have some really big news.
What's your
Big,
news?
important news. Everybody get excited for me.
Should I drum roll? I only have one hand.
I have purchased
Mm-hmm.
a Ninja Creamy.
Wow.
For those who don't know, that is an ice cream machine for your home.
This seems like something that
I should have bought like 4 years ago.
was
Yeah.
necessary for you to have.
Yes.
Yes.
And quite frankly, it is one of the only things bringing me joy these days.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Obviously, it is like 20 degrees out. If you're a true New Englander, you know that does not stop us from eating ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So a Ninja Creamy is an at-home ice cream maker. I had my eye on it for a while. Was kind of like, well, I don't want to pay full price, and also so many people buy them and then don't use them. I brought this up when we were talking about Facebook Marketplace before. It's like I've been seeing a lot on Facebook Marketplace, so I did end up getting one from Facebook Marketplace because people just like buy it and then they're like, oh, I'm never going to use
Nice.
this.
Very nice.
So like I got it in like brand new condition, basically.
Yeah.
I have been spinning a pint every night.
I was going to say, have you been making ice cream?
Every night.
What kinds of ice cream are you
So
making?
I'm doing like protein ice creams, like healthy ice creams.
Yeah. Is
So,
that what people use it for?
Mostly, but that's not what you have to use it for. It's just like that's how people feel like it's a healthy version of ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I've been doing like Fairlife, like fat-free milk, some almond milk, unsweetened almond milk, and then protein powder.
Okay.
You have to do a little bit of like zero sugar, believe it or not, instant pudding mix, which has like a it has the, what do you call them? It's like, I don't know what's in it.
Well, like
cornstarch, guar gum,
gelatin type
yeah, it's like what helps it be like the ice cream texture or whatever. So anyway,
Okay.
so you mix all this together. You have to freeze it for 24 hours. That's the only downside.
It's not
It's
instant
like,
ice cream.
no, it's like you actually have to freeze it and then you make it. I'm obsessed. So I've been making vanilla, chocolate, like different bases, vanilla base, chocolate base, cookies and cream
amazing.
base. Because I have like a cookies and cream protein powder.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, a butterscotch base, which
Is
that
it
one.
good?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good. Obviously, you can taste the difference. Like it's not a full fat like
Mhm.
ice cream. It's not a pint of Ben and Jerry's, but it's
Oh,
still
well.
it's still ice cream. And also, you can make like true ice cream if you
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
whatever the hell with heavy cream, actual sugar. Like you can
Yeah.
put all that, freeze it, and make that. Like that's what the machine is for. But so many people have come up with these protein recipes that are like, a healthier, lower fat, lower cal, whatever the hell version of ice cream. So like you can eat the whole pint and not be like, oh, I just ate 1,000 calories.
Yeah. You know what I just saw a TikTok video of, which is similar? People make snow ice cream, and I'd never seen this before, but they'll take the fresh snow.
No.
Put it in a plastic bag.
No.
With milk and sugar, and then mix it up and eat it.
No.
Not for
Don't
you.
do that. Don't do that.
I think it was like a Midwest thing.
You should be more concerned about the pollution in our environment.
Yeah,
I would not be.
Snow is fresh and white.
Yeah,
and
like
soft.
if your kid eats like a bite of it, sure.
Mm.
I'm not gonna turn fallen snow into a dessert. Like I'm not that desperate.
So when Jamie was like 1, he fell in love with drinking water wherever he could get it, which was puddles outside. And I like
Also, whose kid is that? Not yours. You hate drinking water.
I know. I would try to stop him.
Where did he get that from?
But his dad, big fan of water.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about
We're
Jesse.
opposites.
Oh.
But sometimes I wouldn't catch him. And
Classic.
he did get sick once.
He did get
Oh,
sick.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Unsurprisingly.
Well, kids got to learn, right? Hopefully he kind of learned. Maybe he'll learn later in life.
Yeah, he doesn't drink puddles anymore.
That's good.
He's a grown toddler.
So I'm obsessed with Ninja Creamy.
Well, that's exciting.
Just want a little disclaimer here. This will not stop me from going out to all the ice cream
Good.
stands because like that is a personal brand thing.
And those are going to start reopening.
They
soon.
already did. I just went. Rhoda Spring opened
Nice.
March 1st. You bet your bottom dollar my ass was out there in the snow.
Oh my gosh.
So it was like this was last Saturday, March 1st. It was forecast for 52 degrees. Everybody was so excited.
Yeah.
You'll recall it was about 48 degrees up until like 2 p.m. All of a sudden, cold front moved in. It started snowing.
It snowed, yes.
And I already had plans. I was already like, perfect. It was the opening day. I'm going to go. And so we were like, we're going to go at like 4. So it's actively snowing. We're like, are we still going? And I'm like, hell yeah. I've been thinking about ice cream all day. Now I have to go.
Yeah.
So we went. So now
Nice.
all the places are opening and I am going to be out there. So send me your
Nice.
ice cream recs as well.
Love it.
Okay. That
Okay.
is my spiel on ice cream. Thank you for coming.
All right, let's bring in our guest.
Okay.
Hey ladies, are you looking to grow your own local girl gang?
The Young Professional Women's Association has been named Worcester Region's Best Young Professionals Network for 7 years now.
YPWA offers countless social and professional opportunities to engage and empower local ladies like you and me.
Right now, Girls Just Wanna listeners can get discounted access to YPWA's annual membership.
Go to ypwaworcester.com and enter code podcast2025 at checkout to receive $20 off their annual membership. Again, that promo code is podcast2025. We hope to see you soon at YPWA events.
Welcome to the show, Dawn LaFontaine of Cat in the Box.
Excellent.
Did I say that right?
You absolutely
Okay,
did.
good.
And thank you both so much for having me today. Really,
Yes.
I'm looking forward to being here. So,
Absolutely.
We are cat people.
We are cat people through and
isn't
through.
everybody?
No, you must know. You must know that not everybody is cat people.
No, I'm being facetious, of course. But all the good people are cats.
Yeah, it's a good judge of character
Yeah, that's
to
right.
find out how people feel about cats.
There you go.
I think.
Okay, so give us a quick intro, brief overview of Cat in the Box.
So, Cat in the Box makes products for cats that are based on their biology and their psychology, but also things that their guardians would love to have in their home.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So because we're all cat people here, but maybe the listeners aren't. Maybe some of them aren't. I hope they are. We all know that cats love, like, when you get an Amazon box and you
That's
leave it
right.
around your house. And I don't understand why, right? Because I spend all this money on toys for my cats.
And they want
then
one back.
same thing. When I first got cats, I got them this cute little bed, wicker basket, nice and fluffy, and then they want to sleep like on top of me on my couch or something. And it's like, okay, use the stuff that I bought for you. But anyways, I heard that the way that Cat in the Box came about is you very much now understand. But at the time, we're reading an article about why, in Reader's Digest, I believe, about the science behind cats' like infatuation with the cardboard box.
I actually dug a little deeper after that, and it's such
Mhm.
a universal phenomenon. Cats all over the world want to climb into a box. Tigers and lions want to climb into a box too. And there's actually some real scientific basis for this, seemingly unusual behavior. There are 3 main reasons why cats are so cardboard box crazy, and one of them has to do with temperature. So a cat's thermoneutral zone is a lot higher than ours, and a thermoneutral zone is the temperature at which a living thing doesn't have to expend any additional energy to stay warm or to keep cool. So, we keep our houses at like 72. Our cats would like it if we kept them at 86 to 97. So they're
Me too.
No,
Me too.
I like it cold, but so cats are always cold in our houses. And one of the great things about cardboard, especially corrugated cardboard, the kind of boxes that your Amazon items come in, is that it's a natural insulator. So cats are crawling into cardboard boxes to keep warm. That's one reason. Want to hear the other two?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so this second reason is probably one as a loving cat guardian you'd be most interested in is that cats have a natural desire to hide, to feel secure. It's a way they self-regulate their emotions. And a ethologist, an animal behaviorist, studied cats in animal shelters and found that cats who were given access to a cardboard box got used to the shelter more quickly, were more interested in interacting with people than cats who did not have access to a box. So a box is a natural place for a cat to hide. And the third reason is the cats need to practice their very unique hunting style, which is ambush hunting. There are very few animals and really no other mammals that do ambush style hunting. And so when a cat has an opportunity to hide in a cardboard box and leap out to grab prey, and whether prey in your household is a housefly or a bit of lint or dust that's floating around, they get to express that natural side of themselves.
Yeah. So that's all like amazing science. When did you take all of that and say, okay, I'm going to start a business? Well, knowing what I know now, when did Cat in the Box start? Like, when did this kind of all come together?
This all came together for me when my kids were going off to college. One had actually finished college, the second one was going in, and I was really at a crossroads in my life. I'd been a stay-at-home mother for 27 years and was trying to decide what to do with the rest of my life. And actually, my husband had just been laid off from his job. I was applying for jobs that I viewed myself as being overqualified for, and I didn't get any of the jobs I applied for. I'd never had a problem getting a job before, and I have a feeling it probably had something to do with the fact that I had been out of the workforce for so long. Anyway, the two sort of events coincided to make me realize that if I wanted to have a working future, I would have to create one for myself. So my husband getting laid off from a job he'd had for many, many years, and me being unable to find a job. So I had always entertained the idea of starting a business, but I hadn't known what I wanted to do until I went with my mother to visit her cat sitter. And this woman had just a beautifully appointed home, but her living room was filled with Amazon boxes. And I know she saw me looking around because she said, they're for the cats.
Right.
And I've been a cat lover my whole life, a cat guardian, and I already knew that cats love cardboard boxes, but it really did get me thinking, why do people put up with filthy, dirty Amazon boxes in their houses? Why not something that was designed for cats, that's safe for cats, and something that people won't mind having in their homes?
Yeah. Such a good business idea. And so how do you even say, like, okay, let's make, cute, playful, well-designed, eco-friendly boxes for cats? Like, how do you even start that business? Like, how did you get into did you design them?
I did.
Who's manufacturing them? How are you selling these? Like, that seems like, it's one thing for me to offer a service. Like, I can offer people marketing. But for you, you have to get the product, make the product, design the product, sell and ship the product. Right. It's I feel much more intensive.
Dominique, what little I know about you, I know that if you decided to do this business, you would figure it out too.
I mean, sure, yeah.
You would just do exactly what I did, which I just started calling box manufacturers in the United States.
Oh, wow.
I had considered having these particular products. I do have some other products now in my product line that are made elsewhere. But these particular products I decided needed to be made in the United States. Cats are just obsessive lickers and chewers of cardboard, some, not all. And I just couldn't take a chance that the cardboard or the ink that's imprinted on them was made of something that could be harmful to cats. So I went looking for cardboard box manufacturers that create packaging for food, that have FDA approvals for the inks that they use, the water or soy-based inks. And so ultimately I found I started out actually with a manufacturer here in Massachusetts, and I would actually drive there and pick them up from the manufacturer. I have since moved manufacturers to someone else in the United States. But the idea was that I wanted to have the boxes made here. You do need a packaging engineer to help you. Well, I needed a packaging engineer to help me realize my designs. They're really, really complex designs. It's not something that most, the average person could come up with on their own in terms of how to turn, I have an idea of a gingerbread house, which is what I brought along with me here today. I wanted it to look a certain way. I wanted it to have certain features, but how can that be made so that it's folded a million different ways, origami-like into a gingerbread house? So I did work with an engineer to help me realize those designs.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, some cats are excessive lickers, biters, chewers, spit abouters.
Right, they do.
Are these, so they're obviously safe for all cats. Do you find that that all cats like, that this is like their toy of choice, that this is fit for them? Are there any cats that like kind of shy away from this type of?
That's a really good question. And that's a question, actually, I don't have the actual answer to. I would say at least 95% of the people who respond to me say that this is their cat sleeps in it every night. They will choose a box over a bed any day of the week. So then I have another, a small percentage of people who say my cat won't go into it. Now there's another thing about cats. It's actually a survival technique that they have. You've heard that cats are finicky or whatever. The idea that cats are suspicious of new objects.
Yes. You got to do the sniff test, right?
And sometimes for certain cats, and cats have a wide range of personalities, it goes a lot deeper than that. And it really is the reason that we have cats today. If they had not been suspicious, if they had not been finicky, they would have died out a long time ago. So we have to appreciate their I don't want that. Totally. I don't want that fancy food you just bought me. I don't want that new expensive toy you just bought me. And understand that cats need a lot of time, certain cats, to get used to a new object in their world. So I'm never sure if the reason that a cat didn't like the box was because their guardian didn't give them enough time to get used to it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk more about the product. You brought a sample for us.
I brought two products for you.
Okay.
This is actually these are now my best seller. Oops. So
here's one of the boxes.
I don't know. What am I doing here? You can hold it.
Perfect. Show it off, Katrina.
I'm just going to cover Dominique. Goodbye.
That's fine. I look better as a gingerbread house anyways.
So this is a ginger loaf house. This actually has gone through a couple iterations. This is my current design.
I love it.
It's super easy to assemble. It's very, very sturdy. My initial design, I think people had trouble assembling, so I had to go back to the drawing board. These are very expensive they require thousands and thousands of dollars of capital equipment. They go on $1 million machine that cuts and prints on them. And so, having to redesign them was not ideal, but it really needed to happen. This cats sit on the top. They,
I was going to say, do some cats really tear through it quicker than other cats?
There are two kinds of cats. There's the cat I literally have customers that bought my product 7 years ago who still have the original ones and still post on social. I have one woman who posts on social media all the time about my products, and I feel she needs to be on the payroll at this point. And then there are cats who will just shred it up,
Right. That's what I was thinking of when I was asking about different types of cats and how they react to the product. I wonder if some of them would just chew right through it.
Some do, and people, because their cats like it so much, they just buy them.
Right? Totally. So,
one of my cats would love to chew this.
Right.
I can tell you right now, that would be very
Isn't
exciting.
It funny how we know that?
Yeah.
We don't even have to show them that. We just know exactly how they'd react.
It shows that you have a bond with them.
I have one who loves these, the scratchy pads. My other cat, one of the boxes I got, it might have been from PetSmart or something, chewed through the openings of it.
Yes.
Only the openings, not the inside. Like
some like to redecorate. That's my view, is that they like to redecorate.
Yes.
It's not quite wide enough for me.
They're building an expansion. They're thinking about adding on to their gingerbread.
So I used to have a cat, and he was like my first cat I ever had. Loved him to death. At his heaviest, he was a 25-pound cat. So
that's a big cat.
Big boy. And I would get him like the cardboard like beds, and they would just slowly start to like
disintegrate,
fall apart as he's like hanging over either side. And I'm like, they don't make a bed big enough for you, kid. I'm sorry. But yeah, he wouldn't like purposefully change it. It was just it molded to fit him.
Unintended consequence. I'm enjoying it.
Yes.
So that's one of the boxes. I know you have a bunch of different designs on the website.
I do.
What do you have here?
So these are this is my newest product line. I have wool toys that I have made for me in Nepal. And I know we were talking before we started about our interest in women-owned businesses.
Yeah.
The company that makes this for me is actually a nonprofit fair trade organization.
Oh.
Mostly run by women. The CEO is a woman, and I think 8 out of the 11 people on the board are women. Most of the products are made by women so that they can contribute to their household's budget. It provides medical benefits for the women, retirement benefits, and incentives for keeping their daughters in school.
Yeah.
So when you buy a product like this, not only will, and I guarantee your cat will like this, not only will your cat like this, but you can feel good that you're doing something, good for humanity.
Yeah.
So cats are preternaturally obsessed with wool. I mean, I don't know if you have any wool sweaters. I'm not even sure why, and I'm not sure anybody knows why. It could be the lanolin that's in the wool, the natural oils. There's something very appealing about wool. It's a natural material. It's renewable. It's recyclable.
Yeah.
So it's a really wonderful thing if you're concerned about the environment too, as well as your cat's happiness. This particular one, I have a couple different designs.
That's
Oh my goodness.
6 foot long tail.
So my cats go crazy for strings, ribbons,
Right.
the little,
they get themselves in trouble.
Yeah, we won't even get into that. But like, you're wearing sweatpants or PJs that has the little drawstring.
Absolutely.
They're chewing on my drawstring. I'm like, let me go. They love like long strings and stuff like that.
The nice thing about this one is it's really difficult to swallow. As you know, a string can become a linear foreign body.
I've had an issue with
I
in an
can imagine.
emergency vet visit.
It is. And it's a good thing you took your cat to the vet because that can quickly become life-threatening.
Yes.
It's,
yeah.
So these are a kind of string without really being string. It's really difficult for a cat to swallow something like this.
Yeah.
They can still chew it, and some cats do. And I would recommend that any toy you use with your cat, you supervise them with, of course.
Yeah.
But it's a better alternative. And really, cats are obsessed with this. So I mean, obsessed. I'm not lying.
The only time I ever got a bed for my cats that they've actually used is a wool.
One of the wool
cocoon ones.
They really like those, don't they?
Yes, but anything else, no.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that about wool.
yeah.
Okay, good to know. So we each have 2 cats.
Mhm.
Wow.
So I have 2 boys. You have a boy and a girl. And so we love it. We took your personality quiz on the website.
What did you get?
Obsessed. I'm pretty sure I got, and I'm forgetting because I didn't bring the screenshot, the adoring
Yeah.
kitty. My cats are
nice.
very sweet. They are, when people are like, I don't like cats because they're mean, or they paw at me, they scratch at me. Not my cats. My cats are snuggle bugs. They will sleep in my lap. They will purr in my ear. They're
Both of them, huh?
yeah. I mean, one of them has more of an attitude than the other, but at the end of the day, when it's wind down time, they're very cuddly, snuggly. What did you get when you took the quiz?
I got the diva cat.
Which sounds right.
I do always treat all of my cats like they are the king of the castle.
Yes, it should be.
Yes, exactly.
They run that household.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I just give them whatever they want, so I got my cats last summer, so they're still pretty young.
You get them together at the same time?
They're brother and sister.
Oh,
They
that's
came
nice.
from a shelter. The boy is blind, so I think he might have been born blind.
Did you know that when you got him?
Yes.
Well, thank you for taking him.
Yes.
Thank
And the
you.
girl, she has one eye. She had to have her eye removed. It was like they came from a hoarding situation.
Aren't you the best?
Right?
Wonderful.
The shelters, we actually have it on video when they called me to be like, oh, these cats are yours. Because at first I was like, oh, I don't know. But then I just couldn't stop thinking about them.
That's right.
But yeah, I mean, I just treat them like they are.
Like they are divas. So then they act like divas.
Yes, yes. And my husband's like, you have to stop feeding them. And I'm like, they want food. I don't know what you want from me. But yeah, so I might also like do extra pampering because I'm like, oh, you poor baby. Like, let me carry you where you need to go. Even though like
they get a
he
lot
has the lay of the land.
Yes.
He does not need help. But
So funny.
yeah, so my divas.
And I know that you've had cats in the past, that you've always been a pet lover and an animal person. You also, outside of this being your business, volunteer with a cat shelter.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes, the Humane Society, the Metro West Humane Society in Ashland, where I live.
Amazing.
And my favorite part of that is really the fostering, and I foster litters of orphaned kittens, which is really the best thing on earth. So if you ever have a chance to do such a thing, I highly recommend it because you will get nothing else done. I mean, you will get nothing done, but it'll be the best getting nothing done you'll ever have.
Warms my heart. And what a great place for them to go with someone who owns a cat toy business.
And if you don't think I'm letting them use everything and videotaping everything,
the ultimate product testers.
I mean, kittens like everything.
You
you can't displease a kitten.
Right. Yeah. That's so true.
I love kittens so much. Oh my gosh.
Love it. Amazing. Well, tell everybody where they can go to shop the product and follow you and support you online.
Well, that's really nice of you to let me do that. So the best place to find me is on my website, thecatisinthebox.com. You can sign up for my newsletter. I'm not salesy. I send out blog posts about cat health and behavior. I just want to educate people about what it means to be a guardian for a cat. And I'm on social media. You can find the links on my website there.
Awesome. And before you go, we, as you know, love to support women-owned businesses and allow our guests to, shout out other women in business so we can kind of return the favor and keep the cycle going. Who do you have?
Not Massachusetts, but New England.
Sure.
So it's Good Paws Bakery. She's one of my best entrepreneur friends, and she makes allergy-free treats for dogs.
Oh, nice. Okay, not cats, but we'll let it slide.
That's right.
We'll allow it.
We're animal lovers.
I have dogs too, so.
Well, thank you so much, Dawn, for coming on. This has been fun, and we can't wait to shop the product as well.
Yes.
I think our cats are in for a little treat.
Oh, yeah.
They deserve it.
Absolutely, they do. Always.
Thank you so much. It really was so nice to be on your show today and to chat with both of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. Want to show your love for all the local ladies in business? Girls Just Want a Podcast merch is now available on Etsy.
From stickers to mugs and hats to tumblers, you can rep your favorite gal gang wherever you go.
Your purchase helps us continue to rent studio space, upgrade our recording equipment, and pay for editing software.
Find Girls Just Want a merch on Katrina and Create's Etsy shop. Link is in the show notes.
We're back.
Hard it or hate it.
Time for harder or hate it.
I'll go first this time.
Kick us off. What?
Hard it or hate it, ice cream.
Get out of here.
Because I didn't just spend like 5 minutes of the intro of this
Tell
episode.
me, Dominique, do you heart ice cream?
I know it might come as a surprise, but I do heart it. Yeah. I have long said that if I could only eat one dessert for the rest of my life, it would be ice cream.
Okay, if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life?
Obviously, but here's the thing. The thing about that question is, right, like, if you were to eat one thing for the rest of your life, you would for sure get sick of it.
Right.
No matter what it is.
Right.
So, like, how much longer do I have to live? Like, if I only had a week to live, then sure, yes. I would eat ice cream.
But 80 years?
But, like, yeah, if I had 80 more years, I don't think I could do it. But if I could only have one dessert, like, don't get me wrong, I have a sweet tooth. I love cookies. I love brownies, cake, whatever.
Right.
Hands down. Doesn't matter. Hands down, ice cream's the winner. Love ice cream.
Okay.
And I don't think I've made that clear enough. I am the ice cream queen.
So I heart ice cream. I don't heart it as much as my husband Jesse does.
Okay. Wait. Didn't we talk about Jesse liking some weird flavors that I was like, Jesse, you're being canceled?
Maybe.
Is he like a maple walnut rum raisin guy?
No.
Okay.
Phew. His favorite used to be Chubby Hubby from Ben & Jerry's, which is like peanut butter pretzels.
Okay, yeah.
Lately he likes the milk and cookies from Ben & Jerry's.
Solid.
What he does though, and he's done this as long as I've known him, is he eats it and then actively falls asleep while he's holding the pint.
Classic.
So that has happened. Like, it used to happen in his bed before we lived together, and then he'd wake up in a puddle of ice cream.
And that's what my dreams are made of, is I want to be in a puddle of ice cream.
There was one time I walked down into his gaming room, and he's sitting there at his game. He's going to be like, don't talk about that on the podcast. He's sitting there.
Sorry.
And he's like asleep, and his pint is like this, and it's like about to trip.
Okay. So this is funny that you mentioned that, because my mom would also say, don't tell that to other people. My mom is one of those people who has a glass of wine every night, except my mom also, like, when I say a glass of wine, like, she drinks box wine with this much ice in it.
Yeah.
So like she has a glass of wine that's all ice, and then she's like barely drinking.
Yeah.
But anyways, she falls asleep every night at like 8:30 on her couch or chair with the wine like this. And when I'm like, I'll go over, I go see her like every couple weeks. And when she does it when I'm there, I'm like, huh? Yeah. And I'm like, how does she fall asleep I mean, she's definitely dumped it out a few times on herself.
Yeah.
Because me or my stepdad or whoever doesn't catch it in time. And I'm like, here's a thought. When you feel yourself getting tired, put it down on the end table. So anyways, that's funny. All right. So yeah, heart it 1000%. What do you got?
Heart it or hate it, bowling.
You know what? Heart it.
Yeah.
Haven't been in probably 10 years.
Yeah. I actually went to like a work holiday party once a few years ago. That was bowling. And that was not a bad work party, I have to say.
I kind of, if I were going to make plans for the weekend, would I be like, hey, let's go bowling? No. But would I go bowling before I go to an arcade? Yes. So that's why I have to go harder. I'm putting it in perspective here. Like, what things would I actually like to do? Yeah, I could go bowling. I'm not the type of person who's going to go bowling multiple times a year.
Yeah, I think
but maybe once.
If people were like, hey, do you want to go bowling? Sure.
Like, if the group was going, if my group of friends like wanted to go, I would go so I could spend time with my group of friends. But like, I wouldn't introduce that necessarily as an idea.
I would maybe also take Jamie bowling. Like,
I think it's fun for kids for sure. I did like going as a kid. We went probably a couple times a year as a kid because my dad would try to find things for us to do.
You know, I think my grandmother was on a bowling league.
See, the people who take it seriously, like that scares me.
So I don't remember. Like, so my grandmother died when I was around 10, and I just remember seeing the bowling trophies all over the house. So she was good. She was a damn good bowler, but I did not pick that up from her.
Good for her.
Yeah, I guess I'll say heart it because I don't hate it. But
yeah, fair enough. Okay. What was mine? Heart it or hate it? Body scrubs. You know, like like the sugar or whatever, like the kind of ones you use in the shower.
Yeah, I'm gonna say heart it.
Heart it. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I like them. They're kind of like a treat. Like, I try not to spend so much money on all these different self-care things because I feel like a lot of it is a scam.
Yeah.
I also know that you're not supposed to use those super frequently because basically it makes like micro abrasions on your skin, but it's also good to exfoliate like once a week.
In the winter, love it. My mother-in-law has bought for me this like coffee one, and I don't like coffee.
Yes, they're so good.
But I love
like
that
coffee
scrub.
grounds.
Yes. Yeah, and it came with this little spoon because you do have to like stir it.
Yeah.
That one is so great.
I like those. It's a nice little treat, like once a week in the shower.
Yeah,
I like them.
Yeah. And when I have my luxurious baths, sometimes I'll have my like body scrub. Right now I have a like champagne one, and heart it absolutely.
Okay. What's the last one?
Oh, yes. One more.
Oh, yes. That's me.
Heart it or hate it, tulip picking. Because that season is coming up.
I don't think I've ever been. I've been like flower picking at, what's
For
that?
Julian's?
Yeah.
In Hudson?
Yes. I've been there once. That was fun. But I don't think I've necessarily been tulip picking. But sure. Yeah, heart it. I would go.
I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of all.
But do you like it like for the Instagram content?
Yeah.
You're that girl. Yeah, that's fine. No shame.
I also did once by a photography session at a tulip farm for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And me and my sister, my mom went and got like mother-daughter photos done.
Yeah, that's cute.
And that was really nice. It was rainy, but like the pictures are great. And I'm like, that was the year that I got married. So that was in 2018. You should put them up here
because I want to see them.
Okay, yeah, I'll put them up. And that was at the tulip farm that's in Rhode Island. That one's like really big. And I have been trying to go. I don't think I went last year, but I would take Jamie with me. And that's like a good toddler activity because it
Yeah.
gets you out of the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely do it for the Instagram. I've also gone peony picking. I've never gone to a sunflower field because a lot of those are far away.
Yeah, that's another one that's like big on Instagram when it's
Yeah.
that time of year.
That is the thing that can be annoying about flower picking is like lines, crowds,
Yeah.
and it kind of becomes overhyped and like
Yeah.
a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I heard it.
All right. Well, that's it for Heart It or Hate It. Play along on our Instagram stories.
Yeah, and we will see you
Next week. Later, ladies.
Later.